everyone, here is our last covered local Dublin as we are going to travel to Scandinavia. So let's review now Tailgunner's second time in Dublin and subscribe, as well as we have regular content on festivals, interviews, music and much more. And in this one we are going to review if Tailgunner's second performance was one to be or one to skip. Grab your booze and hear more, and as well special thanks for Tom for inviting us of covering this. It was a very interesting experience seeing Tailgunner for the second time live. We had already an understanding what the show is going to be last time, see our review, but basically we have noted and mentioned that it's a very energetic live band, very distinctive in their riffs and as well in their music. It's very New British heavy metal, so we were curious what is different, and so from the start on it was a surprise for us as the band started with their usual intro music, and then the first person that came on stage was the drummer. And it's a bit odd as the drummer is the newest member of the band. However, it makes perfectly sense as Tailgunner is a band that is pure New British heavy metal towards, and they are a very vocal drift band basically. So with the drummer being the first, it made a very sense because he could sit down and start like the melody and then the second ones that came on stage were the guitarist, and it was a great strategy because they immediately played their riffs and they had the support from the drummer, and after the riffs were played everyone was really energized as it's a very energetic riffs, but great ones to headbang you along. So the audience was already quite warmed up when the singer Craig came on stage and began to sing. The party was basically complete, and a quite surprise was that the band kicked off with not their material that we are so familiar with. Instead they opted to go with something that they are working, and it's called Midnight, a Blitz. And it might be odd, however it was brilliant because it sounded so familiar to their previous work, but as fresh at the same time. And the song was lyrically very strong because it was singing about be united, if I heard correctly, and it's a very energetic song, one that you want to headbang, sing along, and so on. So from the start on, you're actually engaging with their newest single, and I think it's a brilliant strategy because you get to know their new music, you're surprised with something else, and you're already singing along. And with the second one, Why That, was quite a familiar one, and this is the moment that Tailgunner grabbed actually the attention of the viewers by the signing Tailgunner. They had like a letterboard, and Craig started to say to the audience, come on Dublin, basically to do hey, making more communication, but as well the guitarist from the left, from the right came up really close to the audience. So it was a great experience basically. And the third song continued on this great stuff, and I think it was a new one, Blood Sacrifice, and it's really nice to have something again new. And then the next one, it was interesting because it was quite an interesting night, as this night Ozzy Osbourne died as well, and on the fourth song, Barrowsland, the band decided to dedicate a song to Ozzy Osbourne, and I think it's great strategy because we were all mourning, we were all like processing and having this acknowledged, and the band acknowledging that he died and that he had a great impact on their music. I think it makes sense to do it on the fourth song because the audience is warmed up. There is an understanding that we are all together in this heavy metal gig, and as well everyone is just warmed up. So I think it made perfectly sense. And then the next songs were great as well. They had this great riff. So yeah, in short, I think this gig was a very great one to go, as it showcased Tailgunner to grow as a band, become a bit more mature, but as well how they are handling introducing their new music and how their set list is built up. Basically, it's brilliant. They start with something new, and it's a very powerful song that doesn't need an introduction because it's so new British heavy metal, but as well a very great song that from the start on you'll be very engaged at their gigs. So yeah, definitely we are super excited to hear the upcoming album, as so far we heard from tonight's, it's excellent, the material they are creating. And yeah, we are curious for the next time. Thank you so much for the viewers. Support Tailgunner as more is coming your way. And yes, subscribe to our channel as we have more regular content, and bye!